Hello and welcome back. So guys, here in this class I'm just making some more things. Actually, what I'm just doing, I'm just creating the add client or the add supplier form first. So now just going to the notepad plus plus, this is the header, close that one. Now this is the perfect thing. The header was the old file for the another purpose, by the way. So for which name I just save here for just adding the client, simply the add client and add supplier. So perfect. Let's just create the new file, or I think just simply copy any of the file, because I need the sidebar, I need the header. So just simply go to the bootstrap which is there, go inside the inventory, and let's just copy any file. I'm just copying the index.html and just rename it to add client, and just open this file, edit with notepad plus plus. And what more I need, I just need to remove this style area and then this script exactly with the float, because I just don't need that. And what more, just going down and just need to remove this whole table exactly. We just don't need that, the tr and the tr and the whole t body, the table. Okay, now I've removed all the extra things. And what more we need to do, wait, something more is there. You can see that this is a column, this is the main column, this is not the main column, because there is the that the daily chart is there. So I actually have to remove this one and all that things. Now only leave this thing, and I'm removing that one as well, because I'm just creating the div here. Okay, and then the class, and here I'm just typing the page header first, and then the h1, the add new client. Now go after the page header, just add a tab, and here the form. Okay, so I hope you've remembered that how we can create a form, a beautiful form. But here I'm not making an ordinary form. Inside the form I'm just creating another div and class call md6 duplicate. Now half form will be inside this one, and the half one will be inside that one. So here I'm just adding the class of the form as form horizontal. Now sorry, spelling mistake is there, form horizontal. Now I'm just going there and just adding the div class form group. Now which group do you want, or actually which element do you want to add? For the first, the client name. Client name, save, and then the input type text cover. Sorry, input has no cover, by the way. So adding the class of form control, save, and then go to the browser and refresh the page. Just click on the people, just click on add client. Now there is the first element, the client name. Well, I'm just going to the style.css because I just want to add another thing here. You know that the basic and by default style of the form is the bootstrap form is the corners. You can see that the inputs corners are actually rounded, so I just want to remove this rounded style. So how I made this element, where is the form? Now this element, the bootstrap element, by adding this form control class. So I'm just going to the style.css. okay, and just after that I'm just calling the dot form control, and here I'm just adding the border radius 0, save, and then refresh. Now there is the corners. You can see that the corner has been rectified, looking beautiful for my style, because the whole website depends on the corner. Actually whole website has the square corners, so I think that is perfect. So what more we need to do is to go to the add client.html and actually just copy this one, the first one's from group, and duplicate there, and then duplicate again. And for the first one, I'm not getting actually the client name, I'm getting the client image. Okay, the client image, and here I'm just typing the file type file, and then refresh. Now click on the choose file, and then you can choose any file, whatever you prefer. Okay, now the client name is okay, and I'm just removing this one as the name. I'm just typing here the client email, so just copy this one again, and then the client and the country. Now client country. Okay, now what we need to do is to just go to the MD6, another MD6, and there I'm just creating another div, and the class form group, and the label first, cover, and here I'm just setting the label client city. Now there the input type text, cover, the class form control. Now just go down, press enter, and then add another div here. Okay, add the class form group. Now there the label. Okay, and there the client state, then the input type text, class form group, sorry, form control actually, cover, save, and go to the browser and refresh. Now you can see that both are there perfectly, but you can see that it's not looking the perfect way. It's actually totally combined, actually joined. So, oh, one thing more, we're not making the horizontal form. You know that in the horizontal form the text, or actually in the front of the input tag instead of the top of the top. So let's just remove the form horizontal. I wish that the problem will solve, and yes, it is. I hope this form is looking more perfect. Going to the notepad back, and actually this is the city, this is the state I've added, and then the zip code, I'm typing this and this pasting there, and then the text ID, the client's text ID. Okay, in some countries people takes the text ID of the client, and specifically in America people take the client top ID, the tobacco ID. This is another thing. So by the way, what more we need to do, we need to check in the browser so everything is going fine. I'm removing the tobacco ID because this is actually changing the balance, but you can use if you just need that. I hope this is looking perfect. So what more we need to do is to create two columns, two major columns in this div, 6 columns one side, 6 columns other side. So there I'm just creating that one, the class call md6. Now duplicate. Now in the first one I'm just copying, cutting this and pasting there. Okay, now just simply copying and just going there, pasting, and what I'm just doing here, this is the expiry. Okay, expiry date, and here I'm just changing this into the date. Now refresh. Now looking perfect, I think. Okay, the text ID, the expiry date, and I hope you understood how to do that. Well, I think this is really simple, but you know that it's taking an extra space, so I'm just going there and there adding the raw, making this a raw. Now the extra space has been removed. Now what more we need to take from the client? Two things we need. First, the client office address and the client phone number. So going to the notepad, command let me on, and then right now I'm just cutting this country and pasting here, there. Now copy this one and paste there, and now this should be the client phone number. Okay, now save and refresh. Now the client phone number. Okay, now what more is to add the, copy this one again and paste there and just type office address. Save and refresh. Now looking perfect. Now the last thing is to add the button just after this call MD. Okay, here I'm just setting the button. Okay, so there I'm just typing add new client. BDN danger. Refresh. Now this is a button. So what more I'm just doing is first of all I'm just creating another div and adding a class here, call MD12. Now inside this I'm just cutting this one and the button and pasting there and refresh. Now it's in the unique manner now. So what more is to add the BDN block. Now it's a block now, so refresh. Now you can see that it's covering the whole area and looking really perfect button. So I hope you understood how to add a new client, and exactly we are just making the same things for the supplier. So copy the client page, the add client page, and type add supplier. Okay, now open the add supplier page and then everything should be fine, but the client should be the supplier, and there the supplier image. Okay, so I'm just copying the supplier and updating with the all data. Okay, I don't think that this is really hard to understand the simple thing. Here, and what more we need, actually here you can see that the client city, which is here. I'm just going there to check the result. Okay, everything is fine. By the way, this is a client city. This shouldn't be like the input tag, this should be like the select tag. So there I'm just typing the class form control and going inside this and adding some options. Okay, here adding the value empty, and here I'm just typing select your country, duplicate this one, and then just type, for example, the United States, value US, duplicate the UK, United Kingdom, duplicate the Pakistan, okay, there the Canada, I think CN, whatever, I have no idea about the Canada, the short key. So by the way, after that the Brazil, BR, that's too much. Save and go to the browser and refresh. Now just where is the, oh, I'm in the add client page and this is add supplier page. So let's just click on the people and click on supplier list, sorry, add supplier, and then here is the option to select the country. Okay, so let's just copy this one and go to the add client area, and this is the client country. Update this with that and save. Now go to the browser and everything is clear. So guys, I hope you understood how to create the beautiful form using the Bootstrap and how to take the client, how to create the form to take the clients or the suppliers. So guys, in the next class we'll meet again and we'll learn some more things. Goodbye.